Hello, Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus placements. I hope you're well. Thank you so much for being here. I'm Jen with Timeline Tarot, and this is what you don't see coming for the week of March 1st, 2026. This is a collective general reading, so as the messages come through today, take what fits, leave what doesn't, because if it's not your message, it simply means that it is meant for someone else. Also, check out your other placements. If you don't know what they are, in the description box is a link where you can obtain your free birth chart. With all of that said now, let's begin. Tapping into the Capricorn collective now, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus placements. What does Capricorn not see coming for the week of March 1st, 2026? What do they not see coming? Let's get one more shuffle here for you. Thank you. What do you not see coming this week? We have Thief. Bottom of the deck, you have Too Busy Winning. Okay. Tell me why Thief is something that the Capricorn collective does not see coming. Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus placements. I just feel like telling you that if you have a vehicle, just make sure your doors and like windows are locked. Same thing with your house or your apartment. I'm not a fear-mongering tarot reader, but a long time ago, a similar card like that came out for me, and I didn't heed the warning. And I mean, all right, they got into the car. They took some money, couple dollar bills that were like in the console that I kept for tolls. So I don't know why. If I'm being given that message to share that with you, I just want to share that with you. Just make sure your windows and doors are closed, particularly, you know, on your home, but in your vehicle as well. All right. Tell me more about this here for Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus placements. One more shuffle here. Thank you. In your energy, you have the Page of Wands. You have the Page of Swords. You have the Four of Wands. And two cards came out. Four of Swords and the Ace of Wands. Ooh, what are you working on this week? Okay. The situation, environment, or connection you're dealing with this week. Four of Pentacles, the Lovers, and the Ace of Pentacles. That leaves the Knight of Cups, the Nine of Cups, and the Nine of Wands to a King of Wands here at the bottom of the deck. Okay. You do appear here to be too busy winning this week. Tell me about that Page of Wands. Why is the Page of Wands here? One more shuffle. Thank you. Surprised we didn't get the Page of Pentacles. You have Judgment. You have the Nine of Pentacles. And you have the Two of Cups. Bottom of the deck, Five of Wands. Well, you're in the Page of Wands because it appears here you'll need to make a judgment call this week if you want to have a conversation with someone. I don't know who that Two of Cups is to you. That Thief card is very much like the Seven of Swords card, so I get the feeling this is someone that you don't trust, or maybe someone that you have had minimal or blocked communication with. Looks like they're making the choice to reach out to you this week. You're too busy winning. You're focused on something here. What are you focused on this week? Four of Wands. House, home, stability, maybe a home project, renovation, organization, decluttering. Could be early spring cleanup for those of you in the Northern Hemisphere. One more shuffle. Thank you. The Four of Wands. Yep, that's the truth. Ace of Swords, the Tower, and the Ace of Cups. Look at you. Actually all four aces are on the table. Three of them are on your side. One is on this person's side. So it looks like this week you are focused on this Ace of Wands. You're focused on it. And again, that could be decluttering your home, reorganizing your home, spring cleanup, autumn cleanup. Again, I don't know if you're in the Northern or Southern Hemisphere, but you seem to be excited. You're learning. So maybe you're learning, I don't know, how to do stenciling or gardening, or you're looking up ideas for, you know, the season to come. You just seem to be preoccupied with projects or ideas, or again, looking for maybe some creative inspiration about things you can do in the home or around the home. And in the middle of all of that, you are receiving communication here from an individual. So yeah, you're feeling pretty good. You're healing, and whatever activity this is that you're engaged in, you're trying to learn more about or do this week or plan this week, it's also healing for you to focus on that as well. The Lovers. Clarify this Gemini energy here. One more shuffle. Thank you. The Lovers is clarified by the Five of Swords. The King of Wands shows themselves again. And the Moon card. Bottom of the deck, King of Pentacles. Well, I would expect some kind of communication. I don't have the calendar up in front of me, and I'm doing the reading tomorrow, but I don't have the calendar up in front of me. I'm pretty sure there is a lunar eclipse on the 3rd. So we're looking at Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, maybe Thursday, but Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Okay. What does this person want to say? What do they want to say here? One more shuffle. Thank you. What do they want to say? Knight of Cups, some type of offer or apology. 3 of Cups, an offer of reconciliation. Notice how it came out like this. 3 of Cups, and there's that Page of Pentacles. I called it before. I was like, I'm surprised we didn't see the Page of Pentacles. Okay, so it's on their end. So in the middle of you doing this, taking care of house, home, whatever it is that you're working on, being very creative, feeling good, healing your heart, very nurturing. Boom, in the middle of this, a judgment call here needs to be made, because communication, conversation, could be a text, a letter. You know, this individual is looking at a book, so it could be text, email, letter, postcard. But there's some kind of apology here coming in to you from this person who you do not trust, or who has caused you some type of financial or maybe even emotional loss. Anything else we need to know about that Ace of Wands? Anything else we need to know about the Ace of Wands? One more shuffle. Thank you. The Ace of Wands was clarified by the 6 of Swords, the King of Pentacles, and the 2 of Swords. Bottom of the deck, 10 of Swords. Yeah, whatever it is here that you're working on, you're inspired by, you're feeling creative. Again, whether you're doing it or you're just inquiring information about doing it in the future, or trying to make some plans to do it in the future, you don't see this coming. It is very healing, though, what you're doing. This person, clearly, you felt betrayed by them, or backstabbed, or hurt. Whether it was by, you know, action, word, deed, something like that. But this is very healing for you. But again, in the middle of you doing that, that's when you're receiving communication from this person. So let's get you some advice here for this new creative endeavor here that you're working on or inquiring about in that Page of Swords energy. 3 cards of advice for that. One more shuffle. Thank you. You have the 2 of Cups, you have the 6 of Wands, and you have the Empress. Bottom of the deck, you have the 6 of Pentacles. So yeah, I would expect communication from this person while you're trying to create, nurture, birth this new project, like I said, or if you're just trying to acquire information on it. You're feeling really good this week. I mean, the 6 of Wands talks about self-confidence. It also talks about making progress. I think you've been making progress in your healing. And yes, then you have this connection here. Can we have 3 cards of advice on how they can, I almost want to say, don't allow the communication from this person to deter you from this goal. Like you can do both as the Empress or Emperor of your life. You're fully capable of doing both. You can handle communication from this person, and even if it makes you emotional in that Ace of Cups, you can handle it and then get right back to what you were doing. Like, don't allow them to totally derail your entire week when you hear from them this week. 3 cards of advice. Like, you can handle both. You can handle the success and progress you're making with this and this person. 3 cards of advice on how they can deal with this individual this week. One more shuffle. Okay, don't take it. I was told, don't take it. Okay. One more shuffle. Thank you. How can you deal with this person? 3 of Cups, which is what they want. 4 of Wands. And the 7 of Swords. Bottom of the deck, the Death card. Well, well, well. Well, is reunion on the table? Celebration, harmony, them coming back home, or you going to their house, or... Yeah, it's definitely available. But are we going to discuss what happened here, or are we going to pretend it didn't happen? Because there was some kind of betrayal. The 3 of Swords is here. It's just masked right now by the 4 of Swords because you've been healing from it. But that 10 of Swords wanted to show itself. So you are still healing through that. You are still processing that. The betrayal, the deception. Maybe you caught them in a lie by omission. I remember very early on in our dating, he said he was going to a place. He did go to a place, but he stopped at another place in between. He never told me about it. And it came out in conversation in a friend group. And I was like, really? You went there? When did you go there? And he's like, when I went to so-and-so. And I'm like, oh, why wouldn't you just tell me that you went there? And he was like, I didn't think it was a big deal. And I'm like, but I asked you what you did. And you said I went to A. You didn't say I stopped here on my way to A. And he's like, well, I didn't think it was a big deal. I'm like, it's a lie. He's like, it's not a lie. It's not like you asked me if I went and I said no. I'm like, no, but it's a lie by omission. So sometimes the Seven of Swords can be a lie by omission also. Okay, you told me you did blank, but you didn't tell me that you did these 3 other things as well. So whatever this has been for you, the argument or just the cutting words, the heartbreak that ensued from it, or whatever level of betrayal or deception took place, yeah, it's only advice that will need to be discussed. And can you then move forward or find the path forward towards harmony and restabilizing this connection, whether this is with a friend, family member, or lover? Yeah, you certainly can rebirth it. Absolutely. But without that being addressed, that's going to be really difficult to rebirth the connection. That is what I have for you for the week ahead. If you like those messages, they resonated with you, you want to claim all or part of them, please be sure to click like, share, comment, and subscribe. Hype the video if you're able to do that. And until I read for you again, I am wishing you light, love, and peace.